Guys, Dreams here again. This would be what if Luffy, the Fume no Mi. Oops, sorry about that. Where's my remote? I don't need to hear me watching Ray Zero. So yeah. Now, this is what if Luffy had the Fume no Mi, but I might have to change up some stuff about it first. So I might actually have him join the Whitebeard Pirates, but I might not. Who knows? Because this can just go off the top of my head. I only have down the crew members of the Roger Pirates. So yeah. Now, when Luffy sets off to be a pirate, Garp sets off to be a marine. I just forgot, I made Luffy 1 year younger than Garp. So Garp sets off at 22, Luffy sets off at 21 to be a pirate. Actually, yeah, Luffy set off at 21, and Luffy had been training with Garp for the past few years. And I'm going to go over how Luffy gets the scar under his eye. The scar under his eye, Garp has stabbed him in the face by accident during training with swords. The scar on Garp has on the side of his head, and Luffy punished him so hard his face split open on that part of it, like that one part split open. So yeah. Now that that's out of the way, we can go to the pirate crew Luffy will join. Now, Luffy would join a pirate crew that, if you guys wanted to, you can translate in Japanese to Hatsu Denjo, which in English means powerhouse pirates. Or powerhouse, not pirates, but Hatsu Denjo pirates. It was just a group of very young people that were powerhouses. Luffy was the only true powerhouse on the crew. They get to the Grand Line, and they're not really notable for anything. Like they just have incredible luck. That's really like if they encounter Marines, they escape somehow. But Luffy is the only strong member on the crew. Physically, he can crush a cannonball with his bare hands pretty easily, or he can pick up a cannonball and throw it back at 10 times the regular speed of a cannon. Luffy is the only true powerhouse on the crew. Soon, Luffy actually kind of took the captain's spot, and he was the leader of the crew for a bit. They ended up going to the Grand Line a lot earlier than they wanted to. They kind of wanted to explore like the two blues, the area they were in. But Luffy ended up getting them into the Grand Line, and they ended up finding Double Fruit there. Double Fruit's called the Fume no Mi, and Luffy's strength, giving them the reputation they have. They let Luffy eat the Double Fruit. Luffy, he has a question what this fruit is called, and I'm gonna say that there's like a Double Fruit encyclopedia, but it was really old, and it's only since old because there's really Double Fruits that were listed in it. Luffy then describes the texture of the Devil Fruit because he ate it whole. He describes the texture of the Devil Fruit and the look of it since he ate it whole. They find this Devil Fruit like the back page. It's had one user. That one user ended up, I guess, I'm gonna say that one user ended up swimming and drowning. That's the only way Luffy can die is just drowning. Like drowning or not having a brain. That's the only way he dies. Like someone shoots him like somewhere where he can having his brain, heart, or drowning. His brain destroyed, his heart destroyed, or him drowning. Those are the only ways he dies. And the first user ended up dying for drowning. And that Devil Fruit ended up reincarnating at the bottom of the sea, where his shipwreck was, and there's a fruit down there. That was because it's a pretty recent ship, and there's a fruit down there. So yeah. Now, Luffy, he actually swam down, grabbed the fruit, swam back up, and ate it. So he didn't eat it in the water. I just realized something. There's probably Devil Fruits no one has ever seen because they've been eaten underwater. I would want to bet so that's happened to them. Like they've ate a Devil Fruit underwater and just drowned right then and there. I guarantee this happened. But Luffy ate the Devil Fruit and the abilities he gets from it. Not many. One of the abilities he can get is he can actually heal himself, and he can use his blood to heal others. No, their life isn't extended; they just get healed a lot quicker. Luffy's body is physically enhanced more than it already is, so yeah. And doesn't age. He figured out the hard way. Like he can grow facial hair and stuff, but that's really it. So, sorry about that. So, Luffy, the powerhouse crew, they get a notable reputation, not like any higher than a regular bounty. So Luffy's bounty will go to 70 million. They don't know his Devil Fruit. That's pretty powerful. The second in command, we're gonna name him Willie, just like random names like Willie, Bobby, the cool kind of names. Willie, this is the old captain. His power level, not his power level. His bounty is going to be 30 million. Other members, they're scattered out, like Millie, Jilly, whatever you want to call them. They all have bounties that are 10 million, 1 to 10 million. They're all the bounties. So yeah. So the crew will disband after about. So they disband after. Let me check something real quick. All right, so Luffy and the Hatsuden Powerhouse Pirates, they would disband, or a lot of them would be like Luffy would be the only one not captured after around like 8 years that they disband. Luffy at this point is 29, and at this point the Roger Pirates have been around for a few years, and Luffy at this point is Roger's age. If I say at this point a lot, I'm sorry. But Luffy is Roger's age, and I'm saying Roger started being a pirate the same age as Luffy. So Roger has had his crew for around 8 years, and they already have a pretty good reputation with a bounty of Roger being 300 million. Not all in 500 million. Luffy is only at 70 million, but he's in the Grand Line alone at this point. And he goes in the Grand Line, and he goes to like a random island that's pretty far in the Grand Line, almost in the New World. The Roger Pirates are like out of the New World, just hang out for a bit. They want to chill. And that's when Roger he saw like a small dinghy docked on the island. Like, who does this belong to? So the crew is exploring the island looking for who owns the dinghy. They see Luffy kind of sleeping in their camp as Scopper is the first one to try to wake Luffy up. So Scopper tries to wake Luffy up. He's like, get over at camp. Of instinct, Luffy will punch Scopper in the face full force. Scopper tilts his chin in hockey even, but Luffy still punches him, sending him flying. You can see how strong Luffy's punch was. I know Scopper used hockey to block it. Luffy rubbed his fist, saying, "I wasn't aware anyone was still here. I thought this camp was abandoned." Now the rest of a lot of the crew members run at Luffy. Luffy just kind of picks him up and throws him, kind of like wrestling. At one point, Luffy ends up encountering like Sunbelt and Seagull Guns Nozdon. I believe that's his name. So Nozdon and Seagull, Nozdon and Seagull are pretty big guys. So Seagull will run at Luffy first. Seagull is a fishman, I believe. So when Seagull gets close enough to Luffy, he just jumps in the air and kicks him right in the face, spin kicks him in the head. Or best example is a leaf hurricane. Kind of just pulls one of those and kicks Seagull on the side of the head. And then Nozdon will try to fire his guns at Luffy, but Luffy will dodge every bullet just off of pure instinct. And I'm saying he takes them all head on, they all go through Luffy's body, he should be dead now. So then they'll see the wounds heal pretty quickly. Luffy then says, "Oh, that's your first mistake." Luffy will jump at Nozdon, punch him so hard he sent flying past Roger and past the ship. Roger then just runs at Luffy using a hockey-infused sword. Luffy is actually slashed in the chest by this, and he falls to the ground. And Luffy kind of pats the wound, it's not healing fast enough. It's healing a little bit, not as fast as it should be. Hockey only slows down the healing process. That's it. It only slows down the healing process. Luffy ends up passing up blood loss as the Roger tries to tie him up. Rayleigh didn't fight, just Scopper and everyone else. So Roger's crew, I'm gonna go over the old members that left and the members that stayed. So we had Roger, we had Rayleigh, we had Crocus. He's no longer a part of the crew. We had Scopper Gabon, who don't know where he is. Nozdon, we don't know about him. Sunbelt, we don't know where. No, Sunbelt, not Seagull. So we had Seagull, Guns, Nozdon. I confuse Seagull, Guns, Nozdon. Luffy ended up beating up Sunbelt. Sunbelt's the fishman. Nozdon is like Seagull, Guns, Nozdon. That's his full name. Then Sunbelt's the fishman. Taro, Dordingo, Peter Moo, Millet Pine, Gunryu, CB Gallant, and Don Kino. Those are some of the crew members that Roger has at this point. And they've been passed Waterside and all of that. Luffy has too. But the old member, I'm gonna go over all of them. Should not go over all of them. I'm gonna go over the ones that left. Toki, Inuarashi, Nekomamushi, Bullet. So yeah. Do one more thing. I was thinking Shanks and Buggy would probably be part of the crew at this point, but they're not part of the crew at this point. They're going to be a part of the crew later. So Luffy's tied up on the ship as he actually they were questioning they're interrogating him kind of. Scopper kind of rubs his chin, saying, "That didn't hurt, but you sent me flying." Luffy says, "Want me to do it again? See if it hurts this time?" Scopper says, "Oh, you're cocky." Luffy says, "Yep, I'm pretty cocky." Scopper kind of gets all close to Luffy's face and intimidate him until Scopper's actually punched in the face faster than he can even process. Luffy had just easily ripped his arm out of the ropes. Scopper's actually sent flying off the ship, and he feels this punch. As Scopper's on the ground, not on the ground, but he's just in the sand, just knocked out. See, Sunbelt was like just swimming around, like questioning, what just happened to you? And Roger Pirates actually kind of like Luffy's spirit. They actually question, you look familiar. Where have I seen you before? Luffy points he pulls out a wanted poster from his backpack. Like he had a small backpack with him. And he says, "This is me. Like 70 million brave bounty, and you're this strong. Your crew must have sucked." Luffy said, "Don't insult them, but yes, they did. Because his crew wasn't that strong. Well, he was the only strong one on it. His crew only had bounty because they were associated with Luffy. So yeah, everyone would accept Luffy on the crew except for only person that didn't accept Luffy was this Gabon because he's kind of pissed at Luffy for knocking him out. But yeah. So they sailed around for a few years. No notable fights happen. But eventually, we're going to go to... Yeah, nothing notable happens, except for a few runs with the Rocks Pirates. We're going to go to the first run-in. First run-in, Luffy at this point is in his 30s. He is 32 at this point. He's 35. He's on the Roger Pirates. And I stopped at CB Gallant. No, I stopped at Don Kino. Now they have Mr. Momura, Moon Isaac Jr., Yui, Rongrum, Mugren, and Max Marks. They have those guys now. But they run into the Rocks Pirates, and that's Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido, and Rocks. And probably Shiki. And Silver Axe, and the other miscellaneous members. But there's not that many of them. So Roger Pirates, they'd we're gonna fight here or not. Luffy at this point does have armament and observation hockey. Luffy is a pretty skilled user as he's had it for almost 10 years. He is, I think I said he's like 30, in his 30s. He's 33. No, 34. 34 at this point. So Rocks actually launches the attack first, but he tells Whitebeard to send a quake bubble at them or something, or a quick attack. Luffy, being the most durable on the crew, would jump at the slash, and they think Luffy's insane. Until Luffy coats his whole body in hockey, and as the attack hits him, he's actually taking it full on, makes this double for abilities. And as he takes the attack chest on, he actually lands back on the ship as they see Luffy took the attack. Then they see Luffy shaking a bit. It's did it scare you or something? Luffy says, no, that's devil fruit. Luffy kind of stops shaking for a bit, and he's like, that's better. As Whitebeard then sees the wound that he left on Luffy, heals instantly. Whitebeard then says, that's interesting. Luffy kind of just laughs, saying, want to try again? Luffy puts his fist up to Whitebeard. Whitebeard then says, gladly. Luffy pulls out a cutlass as he runs at Whitebeard, and he jumps in the air, and their hockey will collide. No, Luffy's not using Conquerors. Whitebeard's not using it either. They're kind of colliding for a bit. Luffy then pushed back. Luffy lands on the ship again, and as and when he sees Roger's kind of staring at rocks the whole time. Luffy and Whitebeard Owen's fighting. Kaido then just says, "I'll drop them." He jumps towards Luffy. Scopper Gabon throws an axe at Kaido, and it barely misses his head. But as it barely misses, that's an open opportunity for Luffy to jump and punch Kaido across the face, sending him flying into the water. Kaido doesn't have a devil fruit yet. Because, I believe Big Mom said, during the war, she ended up giving Kaido a devil fruit. During the war of God Valley, she gave Kaido a devil fruit. So, yeah. Now, Luffy is fighting Kaido right now because him and Kaido are in the water. No, Luffy's not in the water. He punched Kaido into the water and he's kind of avoiding going into it. So Luffy's trying to stay right here, not going anywhere else. And they see Luffy hesitating to jump in the water. So when they see how much Luffy's hesitating, they then see his regeneration probably part of a devil fruit. Kaido actually coats his fist in hockey and punches a hole in the ship. It's right under where Luffy is, as he tries to pull it down. Luffy's the first one to fall in the water, as Kaido ends up grabbing Luffy and holding him underwater. Now, the first one on the scene is Sunbell. Sunbell will jump in the water, land on Kaido. And she kind of puts Kaido in a chokehold, and he yells for someone to jump and grab Luffy. But when this does, they grab Luffy and just jump out of the water holding Luffy. Luffy, someone pushes on Luffy's stomach as hard as they can, and Luffy spits out tons of water. He then says, "That bastard, I'm gonna kill him." As he just almost jumps in the water again, but Roger holds him in place, saying, "You idiot, don't try to jump in the water again." Luffy then says, "Then how will he learn?" That's what Whitebeard then says. Me and you are both devil fruit users, so we can settle our differences on our ship. It's meant to handle my power. Luffy then says, fine. He jumps towards Whitebeard. Esma and Whitebeard start fist fighting. While Whitebeard's using quick bubbles, Luffy's using intense hockey. So Luffy ends up being able to actually he slams both his palms into Whitebeard's ears, and he uses like just full out armament. Whitebeard will feel this as he holds his ears to some of them, they start bleeding a bit. So then Luffy will kind of just grab Whitebeard by the hair and just uppercut him in the neck. Whitebeard coughs up blood as he just punches Luffy in the face with using quick bubble and hockey. Now this battle will commence for around 6 hours. This fight will commence. Luffy is like laying on the ground covered in blood, and he's just tired. Like his wounds are like healing slowly because some of them are hockey infused like blows, but there's a giant no notable slash across his chest. There's only one of them. That slash is from Whitebeard. Whitebeard had to use use a quake bubble and a slash at once and hit Luffy with it. And it was Conqueror's hockey infused. Luffy's not too skilled in Conquerors, but he is skilled in armament and observation. And Whitebeard's unconscious, just he's just slumped over the side of the ship, just like a giant fist imprint in his cheek. His ears are bleeding. He's just tired. Rocks is just undefeated as he stands over Roger, who's just Rocks is about to kill Roger. Kaido just knocked out in the water. Big Mom is slumped over the side of the ship, like Whitebeard, Shiki, or Shocky, don't care who it is, are slumped over as well. There's Rocks is the only member of his crew that's still conscious. And Luffy will stand up and grab he actually just grabs everyone he can. And the person he wants to grab is he throws anything at Sunbell to wake him up. Sunbell ends up waking up, and he grabs the rest of the crew and they throw him on the ship. Rocks is still trying to fight Roger. Roger's trying to surrender. But Luffy's able to get a one-up on Rocks, grab his arm, and punch him right in the water. So Luffy punches Rocks in the water as Rocks is trying to stab a almost dead Roger. Luffy carries Roger back on the ship after punching Rocks in the water. And Rocks didn't really feel a punch. He caught his body in hockey, but he let Luffy hit him to see how strong he was. So once they're done, they set sail again. No more notable fights happen that were that bad, but the landscape around them, the water is just chaotic. Then the nearby islands have bursts of conquerors, people falling unconscious. So yeah. Now, Luffy, after a few years, we're gonna go to the God Valley incident. Garp was 40 here. Luffy would be 39 because he's 1 year younger than Garp. God Valley incident will happen with Luffy joining part in this war, and the Roger Pirates will have Spencer, Bonkuro, Blue Marine, Aereo, and Boeing. I don't think Shanks and Buggy were part of this, able to be in the war at this point. So yeah, I think they were. I don't know. The timelines might be a little bit messed up, but Shanks and Buggy weren't part of this war. Or if they were, they'd be 1 year old. So I don't think they're on the crew just yet. But Luffy would be fighting Whitebeard in this war again. Whitebeard got stronger. Luffy is a little bit stronger as well. So it's just him and Whitebeard duking out the whole war. Luffy occasionally fights Kaido and a few other people, because a few pirate crews that want to ally themselves with Rocks kind of try to prove their mettle in this war. So, by the time they're done, Luffy and Garp have amazing chemistry. Everyone is noticing this. Luffy didn't tell anyone his brother is Garp, but they wondered why Garp was so interested in bringing Luffy back, and why Luffy was so scared of Garp. But Luffy beats the hell out of Kaido, until Kaido gets a devil fruit. So at the end of the war, Kaido tries to just get every Marine away from his crew. Luffy's the only one brave enough to fight still. So Roger's tired, so's Garp, Rayleigh, and Gabon are unconscious, being dragged back to the ship. Luffy's the only one with enough metal to prove he can fight Kaido again. So Luffy will jump towards Kaido, who's a full dragon at this point. Big Mom fell unconscious after giving Kaido a devil fruit. So Luffy starts fighting Kaido. Kaido's feeling each and every blow, as he isn't quite on the factor of he's indestructible. Luffy kind of beating up Kaido, and Kaido will get one final punch to his face. That was Ryuo infused, but makes it Conquerors. His punch knocks out Kaido, and Kaido will just spit out tons of blood after that punch. The incident is concluded with Luffy knocking out Kaido. And with this, they declare the war. They declare the war in winning of the. I'm gonna say like the pirates were there just off of like inconvenience. Like they're trying to fight. They're trying to fight Rocks. Roger ended up joining in to fight Rocks, and like Roger pirates. They didn't have any like major people die. Some allied pirates want to prove their metal die as well. Same with Rocks. Rocks is the only known casualty in that war. So yeah. Now, everyone goes their own ways. Luffy then just says, Whitebeard isn't that bad of a guy. So he actually just leaves the Roger Pirates for a good bit. He leaves and he picks up Whitebeard, and he actually just asks like the small dinghy from the Marines, Rocks, anyone. And the Marines actually give like a small, not a small dinghy, but like a big enough sized boat to at least have Luffy either have Whitebeard sit down somewhere. So I'm gonna say they actually have like Rocks' ship still in like, not Rocks' ship. I'm saying like Luffy just like dismantles some of the parts of Rocks' ship and put like a regular fishing boat on it. We will take off like some of Whitebeard's like pirate clothes, put on regular ones on him, and put him on the ship. They set sail again, and Whitebeard wakes up after 4 days. He sees Luffy sailing with him, and he's questioning, where are they? Luffy just says, the war ended. Big Mom lost. Kaido lost. Everyone lost except for the Marines and my crew. Then you ask the question, is he on the ship that? Is he on the Roger Pirate's ship? Luffy says no. He left the crew to take Whitebeard to safety. Whitebeard will tell Luffy the destination of his home island, and Luffy will go there. So, yeah. Now, once they get to Whitebeard's home island, they stay there for a bit. He kind of just chills there for a few years. And Whitebeard's notice that Luffy does not really age. He doesn't really questions Luffy on this. Luffy then says, "Devil will grant immortality." Whitebeard is it's kind of powerful. What do you mean immortality, though? The people then describe he has the ability of basically regeneration, muscle memory, that kind of stuff. But he cannot, like his brain, his heart, and water are the only weaknesses. Whitebeard then says that's why, Luffy's muscles are so condensed to the point where barely anything can get through them. Hockey infused attacks will work, but it will be very hard either way. So Luffy's body is really hard to get to his brain, really hard to get to his muscles. We'll get through the muscles and the bone. Those are also enhanced. So yeah, Luffy's body's pretty damn durable. Now for those few years, Luffy and Whitebeard kind of just fight out those few years. And Luffy and Whitebeard aren't really causing any major chaos. They're kind of fighting on the home island, and it's just a little bit of hockey infused punches. So yeah. Now, Luffy, Whitebeard, after around 5 years apiece, they set sail again, and Luffy's on the Whitebeard pirates this time. Because while Whitebeard is stronger and Devil Fruit, but Luffy, if he uses all-out hockey, he'd probably almost overpower Whitebeard. So, I'm going to Whitebeard pirates real quick. Alright, so, Luffy and Whitebeard will set out they're on Whitebeard's home island. They set sail, and they go through a few miscellaneous islands. One of the islands they pass is through Marco's hometown. And as they're about to set sail again, Marco would end up trying to rob Luffy. Luffy's pretty tall, but not like Whitebeard levels of tall. He's around 6'8". Marco will try to rob Luffy until Luffy just instantly turns around, just grabs Marco's face, and just holds it there. And just holding Marco's face in place as Marco tries to run and grab Luffy's wallet and everything. He throws Marco in the air and grabs him by the collar of his shirt, saying, "Alright, what do you want?" Marco then just says, "I want your money." Then there's a group of kids and teenagers around Luffy. Luffy says, Hey, Edward, should I try it?" And Whitebeard says, "Just let me show Hige or Whitebeard something." Luffy just laughs, saying, "Alright." Luffy just used a small burst of conquerors, as all the kids and teenagers fall to the ground except Marco. Luffy dropped Marco's and just used conquerors. Marco's almost on one knee. Luffy then says, "Oh wow, that's kind of impressive." Luffy will pick up Marco saying like, he says, Luffy will say, all right, well, that's kind of cool, I guess. Maybe we can bring him along. And Whitebeard will agree to this. As they bring Marco on the ship, Marco's like, you're taking me with you? Luffy says, me and him have pretty big reputations. Luffy's bounty at this point is around 800 million. Whitebeard's is around 1 billion. I'm gonna say it's like 1.8 billion. So they continue going around the world, and next person they get is Jozu. Luffy kind of like just like walking around, and Jozu is around age 14, and Luffy starts like chilling in like a bar, and they're like doing this boxing thing. Luffy signs up for it. He wants some money, and Jozu is his partner. He actually sees promise in Jozu, and he says, if he wins, Jozu's joining his pirate crew. Jozu will refuse, but he agrees to, if Luffy wins. He doesn't think that's going to happen. But Jozu will run at Luffy as fast as he can. Luffy, the station, will run faster and just end up like just punching him, using a hockey infused fist under his like glove and knock out Jozu with that one blow. Marco and Whitebeard knew what kind of attack this was, and they knew it was going to knock out Jozu no matter what. So they bring Jozu along. Jozu packed all his things. The Roger Pirates are actually doing pretty well, and they hear that Luffy's gathering members for Whitebeard's crew. And Luffy and Whitebeard, the next person they find is Vista. Luffy can't really win in the swords fight, but he can just like survive with armament hockey. So he ends up knocking out Vista. Like Luffy's just doing all the recruiting, as he knows what kind of people to find. So is Whitebeard. But like Whitebeard will search for some places to fight, or not to fight, but to find. And Luffy will go in trying to Luffy has some better people skills, so that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah. So they find Vista, they find Rakuyo. Namer. He's for later. They find all of those people. Well, they find Marco, Jozu, Vista, Rakuyo, and yeah, just those guys. So, when they find them, they end up, I guess, then they're trying to go around the world. They go through Fishman Island, then they go into the New World. While they're there, they end up finding more people. When people they find, it's Blenheim, Kingdu, Kingdu, Atmos, and Andre. So, they find those guys, and while they are like sailing around again, they end up finding the Roger Pirates. So once they find the Roger Pirates, they end up like just clashing. And they see Luffy's on the crew. Roger will offer Luffy a place, but you can go back to the crew. Luffy will refuse, saying, this old man needs to make his way as a solo pirate again. Because he knows Whitebeard's always been a part of crews, not like being a captain. Luffy knows what it's like being a captain, so he's showing Whitebeard the ropes mainly. So while this one like Marco then says, we should fight them for their food and stuff. Luffy says, wait, no, we don't want to do that. But Marco already sailed and just flew down to the ship using his devil fruit, and crashed into the ship trying to fight some of the people. Luffy said, this is annoying. He jumped down and started fighting Rayleigh. Rayleigh and him are almost evenly matched. Luffy's a little bit stronger. Luffy ended up getting a good punch in on Rayleigh, sending Rayleigh flying. Rayleigh kind of crashes into the side of the ship, and Rayleigh and Luffy are kind of just fighting as hard as they can. And at this point, Luffy ends up getting a few more good hits in, and Luffy at this point will surrender. He's like, all right, I don't want to fight you guys because I know all of your moves and everything. This is going to be a pointless fight. So, yeah. This point's been like 2 years since they gathered members. So, they, Roger and Whitebeard were clashing. That ends up having... That has, the ocean just messing up. Luffy and the other pirates don't really care. They just want to fight. But every crew member, seeing how strong Luffy and Whitebeard are. And so they're kind of amazed. So Luffy will train like the younger ones. Whitebeard doesn't really want to train anyone. He's like, nah, that's Luffy's thing, not mine. But we're going to fast forward to Wano. That's like where I can fill in some of the blanks properly. So Luffy and Whitebeard settle Wano. Luffy at this point is around, I want to say he'd be at least like, he'd be in his 40s. I'll say that. He's in his 40s. Luffy had grown taller, and also standing at 8 feet tall. Luffy's huge, because Garp is the same height. Garp is like 8'6" at this point, I'd say. Luffy is 8'2". And everyone is noticing how tall Luffy is now, but he's still shorter than a lot of the members. Like Andre at this point would be like 10 feet tall. He's pretty huge. And Jozu, probably about the same height as him. Like Amos and everyone else, they're like Marco's like the only person to be that's like a decent, reasonable height. So same with Whitey Bay. Whitey Bay is hot. I'll give her that one. But yeah. So they're sailing to Wano. Their ship will still crash, and Luffy just like slides down the side of it, saying, "So this is Wano Kuni." And that's when he hears a loud yelling kind of noise. Luffy says, "That doesn't sound promising." As someone jumps in the air with two swords, and they want to fight. Luffy says, "Oh, I see." Luffy coated armor in red hockey. Luffy does know Ryuo, I think I said that. Luffy jump in the air, kind of like block the attack, and the attack will kind of like almost like push Armin away, and Oden's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill him." This slash will hit Luffy. Luffy coat his body in like Ryuo hockey this time. When he feels the slash just be pushed away, Oden will feel that. Luffy will land. Oden says, "Good, you're strong." Oden will try to rush at Luffy using as much attack as he can, but Luffy's dodging all of it. Luffy ends up essentially doing like a flip and ends up kicking Oden in the face. Makes Oden spin in the air. As now the 9 scabbards are pissed off. So Luffy trying to slash at them. Luffy's kind of like throwing and pushing them all away. And that's when he gets to Izo. Izo just ends up trying to slash Luffy. Luffy just clotheslines him, no hesitation. And Oden can see how fast he dismantled the 9 scabbards, no hesitation. And Luffy, as kind of just chilling more. He keeps updates on the Roger Pirates. He keeps updates. He wants them to be safe. He hears about Shanks and Buggy and all of them, though. So, yeah. Now, Luffy, after he ends up, I guess, like just meeting Oden, dismantling the 9 scabbards with no hesitation, he'll talk to them for a bit, and they still refuse to bring Oden along. And Luffy's physically stronger than everyone on the crew except Whitebeard. Like, Whitebeard and him are almost evenly matched. So, yeah. Now, the ship is fixed, and they're kind of debating on what to do to, like, get the ship back on its, like, legs. Not on its legs, but, like, it's back in the water since it's kind of, like, tilted on the side. Get on the land. Luffy says, Well, Whitebeard, want to have a competition? Whitebeard will agree to this, as Oden's Oden's not there, actually. Luffy will kind of walk on, like, the edge of the water, where, like Luffy will walk close enough to the water where he can push the ship up, but he's not, like, waist deep in it. They start, like, pushing the ship up on its, like, normal side. Whitebeard's a little bit physically stronger than Cannon. And, yeah. So they end up pushing the ship up, and, like, Luffy's like, alright, now we have to see who can lift it and push it into the water. Whitebeard will do it first, and he pushes it pretty decent in the water. Luffy lifts up a little bit farther. And he isn't worried about dying doing this. So he picks up the ship as far as he can and will, like, push it. The ship will fall a few times, but Luffy, he gets back up and will push it again. Luffy can even regenerate limbs. Yes, he can. So, yeah. Now, Luffy will get the ship back in the water, and kind of just laughing, "I beat you, Shirohige." And that night, they sail again. Oden will start to do the 3 days in the water thing. But this time when he does do it, Luffy had also heard, like, the woman scream. So, when Oden just, like, departs, Luffy just jumps off the ship and, like, questions, where are you going? Luffy will grab, like, Oden's, just, I forgot what it was called. Well, it's like a chain, I guess. Like chain ball, or ball chain, I don't really care. Luffy will grab the chain, into the water, and will, swing it towards the rock. Oden will see this, like, rock tied up with, like, the same chain, as Luffy comes swinging by Oden, and Oden will grab Luffy. Oden is aware of devil fruits, and he's heard a few conversations, like, devil fruit users can't swim. Luffy ends up just, swinging on Oden's back at this one. Oden's kind of, like, he's carrying Luffy. They get to the island, and Luffy will fight those that crew along with Oden. Toki will thank them and then escort along to the land of Wano. The next day, she'll ask to go back to Wano, and Luffy and Oden both give a annoyed face. She asks Luffy, why the hell are you both annoyed at that question? Luffy says, we just left that place. And we don't want to go back again. It's pretty treacherous seas. We hate it. It's like, oh, I see. Now the same squid fishman guy. You guys don't know that's actually a fishman, not like a guy wearing a squid hat, octopus hat. He'll try to just run at Luffy and everyone else. Alright, Whitebeard bonks him on the head like the flathead was Naginata. So once that happens, they continue going, and Oden is officially accepted on the crew along with Toki. A few years will pass, and a few months will pass, and Momonosuke is born. Then we have a 5-year time skip, because there's not much happening during that time. 5-year time skip will happen. Momonosuke is 5. He already is born as well during that time. During the 5 years, she's pretty young, but they set sail towards a certain island, and when they get there, Oden runs off on the island first. Luffy's meant to chase after Oden. That's his whole thing, since him and Oden aren't too similar in terms of attitude for islands. So Luffy's chasing Oden, saying, "You idiot! Don't do that." Luffy's using observation hunts around the whole island. One of the ships, he says, "Oh no!" In fact, saying, "Oden, come back here." He doesn't want Oden to run into Rayleigh or Gabon. He doesn't want him to run into either of those two. He says, "No, those idiots will kill you." And then Oden bumps into Gabon, or attempt. Well, he doesn't bump into Gabon, but Gabon's like, "Should we kill him?" They look behind him. He says, "You idiot, come back here!" And everyone heard, everyone with decent hearing, or at least with good observation, had heard Luffy yelling. But so they all come around, Luffy's here. You see Oden just jump at Roger until from out of the woods, Luffy just punches Oden in the face and him flying. And Luffy then says, "You damn idiot! I was telling you don't fight these guys. That one will kill you," as he points at Roger. And he says, "Though those two might kill you, but I don't know where you stand against those two." And everyone starts cheering for Luffy, "Hey, you came back to our crew." Luffy says, "No, why we should be here in a few hours or a few minutes? I don't know." Then Luffy just hears a loud booming and says, Make that a few seconds." As Whitebeard's jumping from tree to tree to get at Oden. Not Oden, get at Roger. Then they actually try to they'll try to slash at each other, but Luffy just watching this. Then a large burst of conquerors storming the land. Luffy then uses his own conquerors to just push back all of the conquerors coming towards him. So Luffy's trying to use his conquerors to suppress the damage that's happening. Oden's seeing this, and he now knows Luffy's true strength is horrifying. So yeah. But I'm in this part here. So if you guys enjoy, probably not going to enjoy since it's kind of sloppy. But subscribe, comment if you like it, comment if you did. Bye now.